Hey, great Sunday morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. in with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery and our Sunday Recharge edition of 15 Minutes to Mastery, which we typically do at 8:15, and today I had to do it at 8:30 because, yes, I overslept. I'll be honest with you guys. Every once in a while, I get to this point where my body just says, no, you're not getting up right now. And today was one of those days. It's tough, man. Being on the road and traveling everywhere, not sleeping in your own bed, it just you're not comfortable. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, man, it's just a great day right now to get started. We're that much closer to the middle of 2024. We're only a week away. Only a week away from starting the second half of 2024. And how are you doing? How's your year coming along? How are you in regards to your goals? How are things coming along, whether you're at a retail location or if you're in a community? What is the progress? Because there always needs to be progress, or at least there needs to be an evaluation of progress or lack of progress, right? Because being that type of person who will be honest with yourself with regards to what is going on is going to be the best thing that you can do, right? But as John Wooden says in this quote, and I didn't read it, right? Without proper self-evaluation, failure is inevitable. Without proper self-evaluation, failure is inevitable. Too many times, we avoid actually looking at what is going on. Think about it this way. For those of you that have gotten to those points those points in your life where you don't have enough money in the bank to cover the bills, okay? You don't even look at the bank account. You won't look at why do you want to look at that? Why do you want to look at the bank account and then realize or truly see the fact that there's $5 in there and you got to pay like $2,000 worth of stuff, right? Nobody does. I get it. Shoot, I've done that myself. I know that. Man, during those first 7 months of starting this company, when we were making no money, zero money, nothing coming in, that was the last thing I wanted to look at. I had to look at it because it's what kept me moving forward, because that's what pushed me through. And it's going to do the same thing for you if you are truly committed to what you want to do. And that's why we want to take a look at what is going on with our goals when it comes to 2024, as far as business is concerned, and really in all your goals, right? You want to do that with all of them. You want to make sure that you are staying on top of it, whether it's your health, your relationship, the whole thing, right? And being able to make those adjustments that need to be made. Because as we're getting it right now is that ideal time to assess that progress, or like I said, the lack thereof. And the reason we want to do that, it helps us understand where we're at. Okay. It identifies our areas of improvement, what our weaknesses are, right? And so that way we can realign our actions, our plan, so that we can make sure that we finish the year off strong with that goal in mind. Because if you don't do it, here's the thing: if you don't do it, you get further and further away from your goals. They aren't even there anymore. Think about people make New Year's resolutions, right? And as far as they're going to go to the gym, this is the year I'm going to do it, blah, blah, blah. And they go for 2 weeks and then they start slowing down. And then next thing you know, it's been 2 weeks since they've even gone to the gym, and then they start eating bad again. Heck, that's what happened to me in September of last year, right? When I hurt my knee. And the more or the less steps you're taking towards that goal, the further that goal gets away. And then it gets to the point where you're just like, forget it. I'm done. And so, what I'm asking you to do right now for the halfway point of the year is what I did last month with regards to my health and realizing, okay, this is where I went backwards. This is what's going on. Obviously, look, I can't do anything about the knee right now. The knee is what it is. It's not as bad as it was. So you can move along. You're active. You can do the things that got to be done. So let's make these adjustments and let's go. Well, that's what I'm asking you to do right now with regards to your business. Taking a look, measure that progress, right? Check at what was the goal? What were you saying you were going to be doing? Okay. As far as a number of ads placed, appointments per week, things, hopefully you had those things down as far as your KPIs, your milestones, your whatever progress points, however you want to describe them. Hopefully you had that, not just a dollar figure goal, because of course that's hardly ever going to work. And so if you didn't have all those things, I highly suggest you reach out to us here so that we can help you structure your goals, okay, based on those things. But in doing that, you need to identify the gaps, right? We want to look at the progress and identify the gaps. This is where I messed up. I wasn't consistent with the ads. I didn't spend as much time as I said I would on the phones. I definitely didn't have the amount of appointments per week that I said I was going to have. All of these things, right, will help you to understand that even though you're off track, most of the time, the majority, 99% of the time, we're off track with our goals because we just didn't stick to the plan. We didn't stick to the plan. Not that the plan was unreasonable, not that we couldn't do it. We just didn't do it. And that goes to a lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. And that lack of discipline comes because there's a lack of purpose. Hands down, simple, easy enough. That's what I've figured out over the last 5 to 6 years. Without a definite purpose, you're not going to stick to the plan. You're not going to have the discipline to stick to the plan. So it all goes in steps. It's all vertical. It one works with the other. You don't have one without the other. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So really what we need to assess and look at is the purpose. But anyways, why are we looking at this mid-year goals? Like I said, track the progress. You want to, that'll help you. Seeing these things will help you get re-energized, right? And see that just by making these little tweaks, it will motivate you to get back on track. At least you'll have that motivation. Whether you do, it's a different story, right? Whether you do, it's a different story. Whether you refocus, you can refocus the efforts. You can decide, oh, this is where I missed. I need to do these things. And you start feeling that little nervous energy again, right? That whole desire to get back on track. Whether you do, it's a different story. Because now you're going to realize, okay, now I need to adjust these things. Maybe I need to, instead of add one more appointment or 2 more appointments per month to be able to get back on track. Not per week, per month. It's not about a weekly thing. You don't have to go from 5 appointments a week to 8 appointments per week. It may just be a matter of you're off by a couple appointments per month that'll give you that extra home that you're behind on. So figure out what it is, make the adjustments, right? So that your goal stays relevant, so that your goal stays something that is top of mind in your subconscious moving forward. Celebrate the things that went well. Okay. Celebrate the things that you have done in with regard to your goals. Okay. Hopefully there's some, and celebrate those. Give yourself the credit for it. Okay. But then improve the accountability. That's what you've got to do, is improve that accountability so that you can get back on track and stay on track. I've told you guys time and time again, share your goals with your team. Share your goals with your general manager. But then take it a step further and ask for some accountability. If you have leadership that's worth a dime, they're going to see that as an opportunity to help you, which in turn helps themselves. And they will do that. They will do that. You may have to be that person that, hey, remember we want to do this, as far as reminding them to keep you accountable. Okay. But that's why I would say you guys need to schedule those things. But also, here's the thing. Not everybody thinks the way you do, not even your managers. And that's why I tell you, you need to invest in yourself. If your goal was to make if your goal is to make $150,000 this year, right? And let's say the most you've made was 80, you're talking about making $70,000 more a year, which is completely doable in this industry. Okay. Would $70,000 to you be worth investing some of that money to make sure you got the 70,000 to be able to have that success partner all day long? I did it throughout my career. I've done it throughout my career. So you need to look at those options as far as seeking an accountability partner. So what are the best ways to get back on track? It goes back to what we just went over. Reevaluate your goals. Okay. You got to reevaluate your goals, see where you're at, and then make the adjustments that need to go by analyzing your progress. What have I done? What have I not done? Where am I really at with this deal? And with that, you're able to develop that action plan. This is what needs to happen for sure. Right? But before all of that, I'm telling you, purpose, purpose, purpose. Why are these goals important? What is it going to serve? What is it going to accomplish for you? What are you going to do with whatever end game you're after? And for most people, the goals when it comes to business is dollar amount. What are you going to do with the money? You need to know what you're going to do with the money. It just can't be about a dollar figure. It needs to be about what is going to be accomplished with that financial gain. And it must be written down. It must be something that is a plan that's in place, because that will help you develop the discipline. Because when you start thinking about, let me scroll a little bit more, what you need to have is something to remind you about the purpose that you're after and say, no, here's where I need to go. And this is what I'm going to do. And it's even in the little things, folks. It's in the little things like this 15 minutes master. I could say, hey, you know what? I'll just skip a day. The only reason I had to skip one day is because I had to be at something that I could not miss. Okay. I could not miss. And I did not have the opportunity to record. So, but that's it. It wasn't just because I let it slide. Right. And this is something minute in the grand scheme of things of what we do at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, but it's important. I've got to stick to it. Today would have been one of those days where, I just let it. It's Sunday, by the way. Who knows? People even watch this Sunday recharge. I know you do. But you've got to make sure that even the little things, you stay on track, because that's what helps you maintain your discipline. Set deadlines for yourself. Okay. And there's no better deadline than today. Don't reassess next week. Reassess today. Don't look at your goals for 2024 next week or the week after. Look at them today. Do it today. When you get done watching this, when you click in, go do it now. Get it out of the way. Be done with it. But set deadlines, not just for when you're going to reassess, but then deadlines for the steps that need to happen along the way. And then lastly, seek that support, seek that accountability, because without it, most of us will fail. Most of us don't have the discipline to pull ourselves through on our own. It takes a long time. It took me forever to get to this point. I'm about to be 52. I think I just developed that enough of that over the last 2 years. And that came back to when I started to work on my health journey back 1,064 days ago, whatever it is today. If you follow me on social, right, you'll know what I'm talking about. 1,064 days ago. Okay, is when that started. And that's when I developed that discipline to where I can pull myself. Do I have some times where I step backwards? Yes, but I can pull myself, keep going forward and keep building. And that's why we've turned Manufactured Home Sales Mastery into what it is today, where it's going and where it will be as we keep moving along. But I highly suggest you seek that support and accountability partner. I had to have that for years, because that was the only way I could do the things that I did back then when I didn't have that discipline, because it comes down to a lack of discipline. It really does. And that lack of discipline comes down to a lack of purpose. not understanding what you're after. So those are the ways that you can reassess 2024. Look at the reality of it. Be okay. Be okay with looking at it, not be okay with the progress. So you got to understand, man, I messed up here. I sucked at that. I need to improve this. And then come up with a plan, put the plan in place, set deadlines, find somebody who's going to help you along the way. We're here to do that for you here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. That's what we're about, to take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. And as a matter of fact, because of that, we're putting together a free marketing and sales strategies webinar with Build Media. Dave Finney from Build Media, myself. Build Media and myself will be on a webinar Thursday, June 27th at 1 p.m. Okay, 1 p.m. And you can go online. You can go to our website. You can go to my website at manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. You can get the details there. You can get signed up. It's going to be at 1 p.m. on the 27th. Here's a little flyer on the event, okay, where you'll be able to pick up some tips on marketing, digital marketing for yourself, the importance of it, how to do it, what's working right now, what the numbers show. And then we're going to get into some sales strategies to be able to convert those leads into sales so that you can make your way to hit those goals. You guys have a great Sunday. Take today, reevaluate 2024. I'm going to keep harping on that because we're about to get into July, folks. All right. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy it. Spend the time with family, spend your time with God. Get close to God, get close to your family, have the best of days. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.